I need to do two things today. My Bimini top is pretty clapped out. I mean, this thing's all bent and popping out, and the canvas is in pretty rough shape, as well as these things right here are starting to go and get ready to split. This one right here, the thing's basically stripping out of there, about to fall out. And I would also like to get clips that I can push in and then pull out so I can remove the Bimini top when I'm not using it, because when I trailer it, this thing, when I flip it over, it hits the engine. So it has to be up here in the front, and it's just, well, I mean, as you can see, this thing's in pretty rough shape. So that is one thing that I'm going to do today, is figure out, I'm going to look for a Bimini top that I need, and then also I would like to find a cover to cover this engine, because if you can see, based on where I keep it with all the lawn care, the lower unit and the prop and all this is getting just hammered with all the sand and stuff whenever we mow the yard. So I'd like to find a cover to cover the entire engine. So let me go ahead and measure here whenever we're changing out a Bimini top or installing a Bimini top. The first thing we need to do is get two measurements. One is the mounting width, so from there to there, and then number two is going to be the canvas width, so how far apart that is, and then the last one is going to be the height. So for my mounting width, I'm looking at roughly 73, about 72, 73, which is a pretty standard width. And then for my actual canopy top, I'm looking at about 67, 68, roughly 67, 68. And then for the height of the canopy top, which is pretty important because you want to be able to stand up in here, so they are usually measured from where they mount. So as long as I get above a 48, I mean, if I could get anything over 48 is going to be good. If I get like a 54 or a 56, depending on what I find, any of those, anything over 48 is going to be good. 54 would probably be the best. 56 would be good for tall people. But those are my three measurements that I need. So now what I'm going to do is go kind of investigate and see what I can find as far as a Bimini top and a cover to cover my entire engine. Now I'm just looking here for boat Bimini tops. I just Googled it, and obviously there's 100 different options, but one that I found that I liked is this Ocean South. Not that one, but when I go here, we are obviously in the US. Product categories, they've got all kinds of them. Looks like they got aluminum, stainless steel, sailboat, Bimini, but I'm looking for aluminum, which is the material that this is made out of, and then we are looking for a 3 bow. So this is how many bows you got: 1, 2, 3. So this is a 3 bow, 6 foot, which is something I forgot to say, is the length from the front to the back is another measurement that you want to know about, and we're going with a 6 footer. But like I said, you got your mounting width, your canopy width, and your max height. So this one, 73 to 78, 68-inch canopy top, which is almost identical to what we have. And I like this right here. So how this comes back in the back and kind of goes down a little bit. I like how clean that looks. So also here, how it's kind of got that like opening, so you can put your back strap to that to strap it down, or this pole right here. I mean, I think this looks really clean, so I like it. We are going to, and also 54 inches, so it's pretty much perfect for what we're looking for. 73 to 78. I'm gonna go with a black one, and for 136 bucks, this is gonna work out perfect. I like how clean it is. Now, as far as my cover though, they also have these covers. So going here to the outboard covers, obviously got Mercury, Suzuki, Honda, all the different ones, which is excellent. Yamaha is what I have in a full cover. So this is exactly what I'm looking for, but it looks like they only have 4 strokes. So I don't know, I probably need to do a little bit of a measurement as far as, because this is a 4-cylinder 4-stroke, so it's going to be a little bit taller. I might even go, it looks like they got some universal ones, which is probably better for like a 2-stroke since it's an older engine, and for $30 it might not make that big of a difference. So I'm going to go measure my engine and kind of figure out exactly
what I need, and then I'll just order it, and then you'll see which one I went with when it comes in.
All right, this actually came in pretty quickly, so let me go ahead and pop this thing open, and we'll take a look at what we got here and see what our Bimini top looks like. Beautiful. So here are the twist knobs. I went ahead and got these so that way I can make it a quick connect. They like just twist out. There's that. And then also I got the black. I went with a black full cover. It looks great, but this is black. And I went with the full outboard cover, 40 horsepower to 100. I think this is going to fit perfectly. I need to finish that, but I also got I changed up from the black. I wanted to get something that wouldn't be as hot, so I went the dark gray for the Bimini top itself. I think the dark gray is going to look really clean on the boat. There's that. And then here is the Bimini top, all the bars and stuff. So pretty much I just need to put this together. I just need to put that together, and then I can put my canvas on there and we can install this on the boat. All right, for my cover, all I really need to do is wash this engine real quick. I just need to kind of spray it down, and then I can take the cover and put it right on top of there. So that's gonna be quick and easy. Yeah, that thing's actually really pretty. You know what? I think when we clean this thing, I might be able to get this engine to shine up like this again once I polish this. I don't know about the top though. The top might be a little bit gone, but yeah, we're gonna let that dry, and then we'll put the full cover on there. But while that's drying, come up here and get these old pieces out of here, out of the Bimini top. We're gonna take the Bimini top off. Now generally on a Bimini top, while I'm taking this out, the way you set it up is you want the post to be even with the driver. And that's, you know, general rule of thumb, obviously, depending on how long your Bimini top is and how big your boat is and what you really want covered. Like some people want more coverage up front, some people want more coverage back here. I mean, it's all depending on what you exactly want, but took that one out. See, this one actually had a decent one in there, but that one's all busted. Once I get this off, then we'll unbox the new Bimini top. And once we unbox it, then we can put that thing together. Probably put it together up there in the front of the boat, make it easy. Throw my canvas back there. My knobs go up there. Open this up and see what we're looking like. Alright, these are actually ridiculously easy, and especially these. This is super easy to put together. They're just push pins, but two main things. One, you're going to see that this is going to be your starboard side, and then you're going to have your port side. Notice how this one has a strap in the back. That strap goes like this, and the strap is connected to one of these. So you see how both those got a strap and where they're connected to. That's important to note. And then also these. So you'll notice how this folds out on one side. That's important to note where that folds out at. See how it's coming out? The top one folds in like the poles on the left, and the bottom one, the pole's also on the left with the strap on the back. So as long as you do those two things, this is super easy. And then the screwdrivers, you just stick them in there. So notice this one right here, this has a pole in it. You want that to be at the back, and then you find here they are, these right here. So boom, we got these and the thing to the back. So you see how this one's gonna sit like this, and the other one is gonna be flipped from it. That's important to note. So that way you know this one's poles in the back, which is gonna have my strap on it with the strap to the back. And then the next one's gonna also have this. So it's gonna be this one with the pole facing in. So besides that, the rest of this is all clip, 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 and then we'll have this whole frame together. I forgot about this little screw here. You just take this screw out before pushing it onto the pole. But if you notice, it's a metal tapping screw. So pull that out, put it on, see the little hole right there, then we'll send the screw back in there to tighten it. Next thing is that these are for the back. These are going to, see how you got those things there? You'll open up this here, and inside this you're gonna have two of these. So that right here, you take that screw out. Once you take that screw out, this thing is going to slide on this back pole right here. So like this back one, that thing's gonna slide on like this, and then these right here, these will push in the top of these poles here, and then that is how you're going to stick that piece on there. So just take the screw out, keep the screw, and then slide these onto the outside pole here, that one right there. Now that I got the top together, notice how all the poles just kind of like bend to the back, so it's kind of got the curve at the top. Easy peasy. So now just need to take this out, and you'll notice that the front, so I mean obviously you can put a Bimini top on however you want, but for me, I've always had straps in the front, middle bar in the middle, and then a bar in the back, so that way your straps hold it down from the front, which means straps right there at the front. There's going to be a name right here, but there'll also be a tag. Tags usually in the back, so that's kind of how I will put this together. So I know strap right here, this is my front pole, middle pole, back pole. So that's kind of how I do that. I'm going to just slide this down on the bars. Once they're down, I can flip this thing down. I'll probably put it in the box, and then I can clip these pieces on there, and then I might as well, let's see what these have the same hole pattern. That would be, they do not. They're close enough. That's gonna work. That's gonna work. I won't need to make any new holes. If you did have to make new holes, you just take your screws that you're gonna use, pre-drill it, and then seal it, and then screw it. So I'm gonna just stick the Bimini in these old ones for now, and then I'll put these new ones on there after the fact. That way I can make sure, or I might just put the new ones on right here in the middle, so I can clip the Bimini in the middle, and then figure out where my back's going to go. Hopefully it's going to go in the same position, but we'll find out. Hey, yo, I didn't even know this did this, but this is sick. There's this pouch in the back, right? You open this thing up, boom, there's your cover to wrap the Bimini up and cover it. That's, I will say that is pretty slick. I really like that. So yeah, here's my back tag. So now I'm just going to find the edge of it and then slide it down on my poles, and we'll be able to put this thing together. So now all I need to do is just take these screws out, and then I'm going to put new ones in here, and I'm going to put the screw on the inside because I went ahead and got these thumb screwies. So I got the thumb screws. I'll put the thumb screws on the outside just because that'll kind of make it easier to put these on. Wow, that worked out beautiful though. So here, fully covered the engine, lower unit totally protected, prop totally protected. Now when you're back here mowing and weed whacking and all the stuff's flying up there, it's not just sitting there scratching the engine. Yeah, it's raining hard now. Okay, here we are the next day, stuck fighting the rain. We're just battling the weather left and right. So let's pull this thing up and kind of look and see what we're looking like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is pretty slick. Let me see if I got enough space to take this strap up to that rail and just kind of clip it for now to hold it here, so that way I can kind of figure out how exactly I want this to mount. I mean, these are the old spots. Let me see if I can just get this thing to sit kind of like this, that way I can figure out exactly if I want to leave my mounts where they are or if I want to play with this a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to, I mean, this is pretty much perfect up here in the front. I just need to get more slack in the line, which means that I probably need to move my clips up, because I don't have any more space there to let this go a little bit. I mean, for me though, boom, like this is like perfect height for me, but I'm only 5'10", so you know, if you're 6 foot, that'd be a problem. So I'm gonna probably just go ahead and clip it. I'm gonna release this, bring it back a little bit to bring this back down. But this is looking really, really good. I love this thing, how it has this built in so you can roll this thing back. My pipes, I just put the pipes on. I might change these two. I might move these to be on the inside so you can screw them in from the inside. I kind of like it like that. That's, I think, what I've decided. These right here are pretty much perfect all the way down. These can slide up. I still need to drill a hole right here and put my screw in, and that's how you make them permanent. But you just don't do that until you know exactly where you're going to mount this. All right, ha, perfect. This is beautiful. I just put some zip ties here. I'm gonna find something else other than this that is gonna be a little bit more permanent, but believe it or not, I mean, I put thousands of holes in boats, but I'm still very conservative in putting holes in boats. So I think I'm just gonna find something to go here to clip this clip to. That way I don't have to put 2 new holes in my boat right here. And then also, realistically, these should have been up more. I mean, I think that whoever put this Bimini top in was more concerned about shade back here in the back of the boat, in the cockpit area, than they were necessarily for, you know, the person sitting here. Like, you know, when you're standing here, boom, here's your top of the Bimini, so you're covered in shade, but it's like even with the windshield. And then this person up here is going to get no shade whatsoever. So this is going to be it for me on this one. But if you were putting this brand new, if I was doing this without having holes in the boat already, I would probably put these poles right here, even with the steering wheel, or maybe, yeah, I'd probably do right here, the edge of the console and the gunnel right there. That's where I'd put my first posts. That way the Bimini top will be kind of covering the person up here a little bit, and then also it won't be like, I mean, this is like almost just going to shade back here where you don't really have people sitting back here. So in my opinion, I'd move this forward a little bit, but I'm not on this boat because I don't want to put new, you know, there's no point in me adding 2 new holes up there and having 8 new holes in the boat. That's just, I'm not a fan of that. So now all I need to do to button this up is over here, drill a hole right here, put my screws in. That'll lock this in. These poles are the right length. This is plenty of height for me, so this looks beautiful.